Oh, hey there, guys. Hi. I decided to play a modern league. I was gonna play it daily, and then I was like, dailies are for chumps. And I decided to play a league because I wanted to do this a lot faster. Because I want to do things like go to Taco Bell today, So, so I gotta speed this thing up a little bit. This is who I'm gonna be running. This is the one I entered. Um, the sideboard is pretty good, I think. I probably should have taken out the fracturing gust when I took out my birds of paradise for an extra voice, but I like this one a lot. I think oath kind of glues, like, it's only a two of. I'm still wondering if I should take out an oath and put in another, or sorry, take out a voice and put it on oath. But I like having 25 creature count. Um, Oath actually got a lot better. I was actually not super happy with it with the Nyazu version. Once I put Domries in, Domries being removal that I can sort of tutor with Oath Nissa is kind of worth mentioning. This should theoretically have a really, really, really good blue matchup, a very good Jundin mid-range matchup, while like having a worser Tron matchup and like maybe a little bit of aggro matchup. But we shall see. I honestly think I'm not going to be seeing as much Tron, although I'm seeing a lot of Tron on the like just the lobbies. So we'll have to find out, won't we? Play the league match. Let's do this. Join match. Against Pants. We're against Pants today. I've won the die roll. Yay! Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Go. I like having this like a turn 3 play, but I will take this hand for justice. Go ahead, mulligan, Pants. Damn it, Pants. You're supposed to mulligan for me. I guess Stomping Ground is what we want to start, although theoretically it would be better to go for um, the Knight of the Reliquary. The Knight of the Reliquary. The Temple Garden. But I think I want to get a Stomping Ground just in case, because I could draw stuff like, Noble Hierarchs. It's always sort of a thing. We're playing like kind of greedy mana base. It's not like super greedy. Sometimes, man, this mana base isn't greedy at all, and then sometimes it's like the most greedy thing possible. Haha! Windswept Heath. We are still doing okay. We're still gonna take all the goddamn damage because I have a Scavenging Ooze in hand. So of course I want to take the damage, man. Why wouldn't I want to take the damage? Theoretically, if you bolt me, I'm okay with it. If you path to exile me, that's like fantastic. I will take it. Yes. I'll take green because yeah, we got Scavenging Ooze. Might as well. Question is now, do we want to put up the we probably want to put up the Tarmogoyf. I usually like casting my Tarmogoyfs before I cast my Oozes, because then when Tarmogoyf dies, it feeds the Ooze. Whereas if I feed the Ooze, then it takes away from Tarmogoyf. You see how one meets like the other. All right, so Dark Confidant's always kind of weird. It's like sometimes I like Dark Confidant being in play, other times I hate it. But right now I think it's fine because we'll be doing like a lot of damage. I guess I'll leave that open since I've got nothing else to play with it right now. And we're just going to go for Knight of the Reliquary. I could have put out a Tarmogoyf and a Scavenging Ooze, but I'd rather put out the Knight. Young Pyromancer. Okay. We'll see if he's got like more and more removal spells. He's going to have to take a lot of damage before he's going to be able to kill me. I mean, I guess he can put his Dark Confidant in the way of like my Knight or something, but that's probably fine too. Monastery Mentor. Okay, so he's that kind of a deck. He's that kind of a deck. I don't think I want to kill off his Blood Crypt yet, although there's always an option to do so. We will put down Kessig Wolfrun to be like, yeah, I'm going to unencourage you from blocking. But, like, if he blocks, that's fine. I'm just going to cast more stuff. Just going to cast more things. And eventually, his Dark Confidant's going to kill itself over here. Let's put out an Ooze. And the question is, do we want to put out a Qasali Pride Mage or a Tarmogoyf? Probably the Tarmogoyf. I can't see him winning here. Sans, like, wiping the board. Alright, he got himself a land, but the land still costs damage. And my Kessig Wolf Run's going to be doing quite a bit here. Like, I can't see my Kessig Wolf Run not winning this game. Okay, let's just attack all out. Zealous Persecution, huh? Sure. That's totally fine by me. Again, I have the option just to Kessig Wolf Run over some things. Let's see how he's gonna deal with this. That's still, like, pretty much lethal over here. I'm gonna leave his Dark Confidant alive. I have no reason not to. Let's see here. What is our best bet? I think we kill off the Monastery Mentor. Trample over 2 damage. 1 damage. We do it over here, we trample over 2 damage. We do it over here, we trample over 2 damage. Not that big of a deal. The other option is we could just simply kill off a couple of his things and then put down Qasali Pride Mage, although I don't think that's, like, the best option in the world. It's not like I can activate Ghost Quarter and just, like... I mean, I could activate Ghost Quarter on my own land. That's an option, too. And it will pump Kessig up, or it'll pump Knight above that. So that's actually probably what I'm leaning towards. And then I can Kessig on my Knight anyways, but is that worthwhile? Yeah, I think that's worthwhile. So we'll just do it like that, and then float a mana, sacrifice and kill off that, use my ability, forest, and then trample over some. And I don't care that his stuff's killing my stuff, specifically because I'm killing, like, the important stuff, and I'm giving him a chance to kill himself off of his own Dark Confidant trigger. Inquisition of Kozilek, which is not the greatest threat in the world. He'd have to kill his own Dark Confidant and still deal with my Knight of the Reliquary. Alright, that's a lot of mana. Monastery Mentor does not actually win the game for you yet, man. I just have to sort of not die. Because eventually he will draw something with his Dark Confidant that kills him. It's Dark Confidant, greatness at any cost, man. So you're still taking some damage there. Yeah, I don't think I'm losing this game. I think that Dark Confidant's eventually killing himself. But that's just me. And him not attacking is fine. I mean, like, we end up in a stall war over here. Let's see. If I attack into this, he has the ability to block, and soak up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage, which is the exact amount that, 7 is the exact amount that I can put out. So I'm still under 1. I need to trample over 2. We'd have the ability to go... Yeah, I think we have it. I don't see this turning bad for me. Unless, I mean, the only thing is if he's got a free spell, which, I don't know, Gut Shot is the only thing I can think of here. But yeah, no, we've got Xaxes here. And he probably would have killed himself off of his own Dark Confidant anyways. So I'm pretty sure that was fine. We didn't have the removal, so we just knew that we had to go for the Dark Confidant. Alright, he is Blood Moon. I'm going to bring in Blood Moon. I know he's got red, but he is a pretty greedy deck, so I'm going to bring in Blood Moon against him. He's obviously got some Monastery Swift Spear, not Monastery Swift Spears, but Prowess kind of things with a lot of tokens. There's this 3-color token deck that's been going on a lot. So, he's basically a couple good creatures in a removal deck. So I guess that means, Thalia's pretty good in this mix too. And Sigarda can block pretty much everything and survive. So those again, what I like to do is I just like put everything out there that I could possibly use. I don't really want to... I could also use removal spell. I guess, no, they're all small enough that removal is not really going to do very much. Qasai Primage isn't super great in this matchup. Domri's still fighting, and Elspeth still makes things that block. Arlen maybe is not the greatest, but the Trample's definitely worth it. The Trample's what would have won me that game anyways. Voice, I mean, again, he's got removal, so doubling up on it. I think we take out the Oath. I don't like siding out Oath, but I don't necessarily mind it here. And we're at 61 cards, so either the Sigarda's going to have to go or the Blood Moon's going to have to go. I think I'd rather have the Blood Moon and the Sigarda I'd rather have on the play, because then I'm going to have the lands to do it. So I think we'll go this way. Alright, yeah, keep. I should be at a distinct mana advantage. Even if he Inquisitions me, I'm at a mana advantage. So it's not the worst. Those discard spells quickly become pretty bad. I think we go for a basic here. It's not like we're needing to be greedy and we have Blood Moon in the deck right now. Plus, it helps us thin, and it puts out a land for Knight of the Reliquary, so theoretically, if we draw another fetch land, then we can have a 4/4 that survives Lightning Bolt. Sure. I don't know why you would do that necessarily, but okay. I'm okay with it. I do have now a very strong Tarmogoyf, and if you path me, that's like fine too. You're just feeding into my Knight of the Reliquaries. And it's not like you've committed anything really to the board yet. And I'm assuming if you've got this, then you don't have a ton. Probably shouldn't have taken that damage now that I'm thinking about it. But I guess I'm willing to risk putting out Arlen Cord here. If it gets bolted and I just lose a Knight, is that... Well, Knight can be bolted as well. I think I'm okay with putting out Arlen, and I'm just going to plus her. It's not like he can counterspell it. Granted, I'm not putting any power on the board. I am basically saying... I am basically just saying that my Knights will now be hasted. And it's not like something you can deal with a Terminate or like even a Lightning Bolt at this rate. I mean, he'd have to bolt and like Lightning Helix. Tarka's Command, deal 2 damage to target player, and I gotta discard a card. Sure. Wish I had my Luxodon Smiter. He knows that I had He redirected it towards Arlen so that he can maybe get a bolt, I guess. But that's fine with me. Again, he's not like committing anything to the board. It's not really worth my troubles, especially if he doesn't bolt here. Let's go ahead and put that other knight on the board. And even if he kills my knight, it's like perfectly fine. Alright, he doesn't. So I'm actually going to use this opportunity to like grab myself, I think, Stirring Vastwood. Stirring Wildwood. I don't know why I call it Vastwood, because Vine's a Vastwood. Luckily, the Vigilance is still going to let me like pump it. And if he's got nothing but removal in his hand, this is eventually going to win the game. I think I'm okay with discarding a land here. Oh, I guess I don't discard anything. Cool. Again, I'm still left with an Arlen on board, so he's been like desperately trying to get rid of it, losing his life total, and I've been keeping my life total perfectly fine. Especially, you know, like letting me do that and get haste. He should have did it in response. Lingering Souls is fine, I suppose. He ends up with a lot of stuff, but I have a Path to Exile, plus I can pump it, and I can still attack here. Or I can simply put in... this. I can still pump it and give it haste. And then I can swing for 6 damage. He's going to have to block it. But if he only attacks with, like, 2 creatures, then I've got a Path to Exile that can stop that. My dog's barking up a storm. 2 creatures, 3 creatures, sure. 4 creatures. I'm guessing he's going to attack them all at Arlen. No, that one's going to me. That one's going to me. That one's going to Arlen, and that one's going to Arlen. So only 2 going to Arlen? That's fine. I'm okay with trading a path for a token then. I hope that was the right one. Oh, that was going to... Oops, I messed that up. Oh well. It's kind of hard to tell with this. I wish they'd, like, it was clearer, like there was actually an arrow that I could use, you know? But okay, that's fine. I hope he didn't draw, like, the Monastery Mentor or something he absolutely needed to keep this up. Damnation, great. Alright, well, I top deck better than him, so that's actually fine with me. So if that worked out in my favor, you know, I would have had a lethal attack here. Well, not lethal, it would have been at 1, you know? Instead of having a 3-turn clock, it would have been a 2-turn clock. But I, again, messed up because I didn't know where the arrows were. My bad. That just happens on MTGO. It's not, like, super great. Let's thin out the deck. I think the Arlen was a good idea, though. I can't think of any reason why it would be a bad idea. The question is, do I take off a turn just to play Luxdon Smiter? I think I'm fine with taking off a turn of attack to play a Luxdon Smiter. Like, he can removal spell it, but this makes, like... I don't know. Makes me go up a turn in the long run rather than down a turn if he just drew a removal spell here. He could have discard spells, though, in his hand, which aren't good against me right now. Even if he has, like, a... yeah, he's not winning this game. there was nothing that he could have really casted. Like, even just one removal spell, eventually I'd outpace him. More Luxon Smiters. I still had that man land. Fetching that man land was perfect. He made a mistake of letting me be able to fetch that man land in the first place. So, I will take the first win against Pants. And sweet, yeah, the Arlen really, really basically was the saving grace of that.